What's good, guys? My name is Kilo. We're about to break it down and showcase one of the best and one of my favorite classes, the Soul Master. Today we're going to be looking at one of the most devastating builds as far as damage goes when playing PvP. The Soul Master, by the way, is one of the most ridiculous classes in PvP, TDM, or even Last Man Standing. Now, TDM is all we really care about because, you know, that's what's going to be ranked shortly here when December releases that content. So the build that we're going to be going over today is actually from another YouTuber slash streamer, ABC. If you guys don't know ABC, he's one of the coldest out there when it comes to PvP. He runs every single class, has a lot of knowledge on every single class in PvP. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be doing the esports stuff that's coming up soon and covering that. The guy is ridiculous at every single class of the game. He made Summoner, but he did have a Soul Master build that I had looked at, and I wanted to showcase that here today and break it down a little bit for people that haven't seen it. So let's get started. We're gonna take a look at the skills first, and then we're gonna go into how to combo those skills together to get the maximum damage that you can get with this build. Now, if you don't understand how CC works, T-Party's got a great video that I'll leave in the description. And also, if you guys want me to make another video, to, you know, kind of breaking down how impairment and stuns and all that noise works, let me know in the comments below. The first skill we're going to be looking at is Absorbing Palm. We're running Strong Armor for the damage reduction and Tenacity for its defensive purposes. Personally, I like to use this skill defensively instead of offensively, but I do go for the offensive engagement with this skill sometimes. I mainly use this skill to get people off me that are on top of me, trying to impair my movement or whatever the case, and I'll use this to outlast their impairment move to knock them up in the air and maybe start a combo myself. The second move is going to be Finger Bolts with wide attack, just so it's a little bit more forgiving on when you're aiming that attack. And then Helpless Target, which is going to be our main damage dealer in this build. Once we knock them up into the air with our combo, this will be doing the majority of damage to them while they're in the air. The next skill we're going to be looking at is Wind Howl Blast. We're going to be running Music of Time, which is going to allow us to stun people. Energy Explosion, which is going to widen our Wind Howl Blast, so it's a little bit more forgiving when we're aiming this at somebody on if it's going to hit them or not. And then Explosive Attack for that increased damage and also increased range. This attack is specifically going to be used for more of a support tool or to start a combo up on somebody. You're going to stun them if they're coming at you with a super armor move, and we can stun them to go in and start our combo. But the main thing to note with this skill is that it's our only stun. So if somebody's coming at you like a berserker's going crazy, swinging a sword at you, coming at you with super armor, or you have a destroyer, for instance, that's using that spinning move where he's spinning all those rocks around him and he's coming to impair your movement, you can stun him before he gets to you. It's a great move and is necessary to have one stun in the build. The next move we're going to be looking at is something I added in, which is Destruction Wave, which a lot of people run anyways on their Soul Master builds, but the reason that I'm running it is more for its defensive purposes. So I run Fine Weakness just for a little bit of a damage boost, and then Tenacity for that defensive reason. And I'll use it to make sure that I don't get CC'd by any of their moves. Basically, the defensive purpose of this move is just to outlast their impairment move, just like your Absorbing Palm, and hopefully you can get some impairment on them at the end of their move so you can start a combo maybe on them or get away safely. The next move we're going to be looking at is Instant Step with Outstanding Mobility and Fortification. Outstanding Mobility, of course, just to increase the distance that we're going with Instant Step to travel across that arena quicker. Fortification is a big part of the combo that I'll be discussing later, where you actually stack 10% of attack damage each time you instant step. So if you can do a total of 3, you get 30% damage boost. This is a great tool at the beginning of your combo to get that max damage within the combo. The next skill we're going to be looking at is Key Palm, with quickly prepare to reduce that cooldown, enhance wave to increase the damage, and spatial expansion, which is going to turn it into like Twisted Fate from League of Legends, where you just throw out 3 like Ryu Kai blasts at the enemy, and it's a good spacing tool. It's also good to catch people in a knockup so you can run up and do your finger bolts, whatever the case is. But this is one of our main keys to our combo later on that I'll discuss. The next skill we're going to look at is Buddha's Palm, with enhanced attack for the extra damage, brutal training for the speed of the attack. It's going to come out real fast, and crude palm, which is going to turn this from a stomp on the ground to a palm that goes directly towards the enemy really fast and does a lot of damage. It also ignores 50% of all the enemy's defenses, and it's one of our main damaging skills in the combo as well. The last skill we're going to be looking at is actually something that I don't have completely leveled up because I lack the skill points. So what I'm going to be running is Fortification and Tenacity. Fortification is going to give us a 15% attack boost for 16 seconds. The Tenacity is honestly just as a defensive tool if somebody is closing in on you and you want to use something to not get impaired. If you do have the skill points to get, you want to grab Prepare Attack. That's going to give you another 40% attack power boost, which if you do invest in getting those skill points and get that perk unlocked for this skill, you're going to be one-shotting some targets in PvP. So now I'm going to show you how the combo actually works. So what you're going to do is you're going to be starting off with your main ability here for the Soul Master. I believe it's called Concentration. You're going to take that to the max level of concentration. And then you're going to hit your Inner Key Discharge. Then you're going to use your Instant Step 3 times. And what that's going to give you is, if we add it all up together right now, 60% increase to damage. And then you have your Inner Key Discharge, which is going to give you, for 16 seconds, a 15% boost. So 75% there, and then you get another 30% tacked on, which is going to get you a little bit over 100% damage boost from using your Instant Step 3 times. So what it's going to look like is, well, first let me explain what you're going to do with the combo here. So after you hit those 3 moves to get your damage boost all the way up, you're going to use that last Instant Step to kind of run into your target, your opponent, and that's kind of, it's going to stagger them a little bit. And once you hit that stagger right on top of them, just like that, you're going to throw your Ki Palm, and that's going to knock them up. And then you're going to use your finger bolts to do massive damage to them as they're floating in the air. Then you finish it off with a Palm Blast. That's not what it's called. Buddha's Palm. And then after Buddha's Palm, if they still have some health left, screw it, just throw a Wind Howl Blast in there and try to get that extra little bit of damage to completely finish them off. Now, if you're running that perk, Prepare Attack, for the 40% increase to your damage, if you have the skill points for it, that's going to probably give you that one-shot potential. You won't even have to worry about using Wind Howl Blast at the end there. You'll probably be done with that enemy with the Buddha's Palm. So now I'm going to show the combo in fruition, so that way you understand how it works in game. So we're going to start off with our concentration. We're going to hit that to 3. Use your Key Discharge, and then do your Instant Steps. Maybe run into him with the last one. Ki Palm, Finger Bullets, and then Palm on the ground. And if they're still not dead, boom, hit them with that last little Wind Howl. And that might be enough. If you're already running that Key Discharge, like I said, with the Prepare Attack boost on it, you're probably gonna one-shot them after the Buddha's Palm. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So the last thing I want to go over is that if you are on cooldown with all your moves, or you have used your concentration and it's taken a little while to get it back after going level 3 like that, just what I like to do is I run around and act as a support for my team, giving them the Howling Blast as a stun. You know, if they're getting toppled over by a berserker, I stun them, sending out abilities when they're off cooldown just to help the team until I get my concentration back, so I could hit that level 3 and go for a massive all-in on one of the enemies to get that massive damage. So that's going to be it, guys. I broke down every one of the skills, showed you a little bit of the combo, let you know a little bit of the play style with this build. Again, shout out to ABC. He's the one that originally came up with this build, I believe, and I just kind of tweaked it myself to make it my own. But I just wanted to share it out with all the other Soul Masters out there because this class is too damn fun. You got to give it a shot if you haven't. And yeah, if you like the video, just leave a like on the bottom and subscribe. And leave a comment if you have any questions. I do answer every question when it comes to YouTube and even Reddit. So if you're ever confused on anything, let me know and I might be able to make a video for you and break it down a little bit. So I'll leave you guys with a clip actually from PvP that I had in TDM where I hit one of those one shots on a summoner and I was pretty surprised by it. It felt so damn good. So take a look at that, and that's everything. Deuces. Get off me! Hello? Get out of here!